Designated driver hits parked cars charged with DUI after empty bourbon bottle found in car. And this is your designated driver? My God, I'd hate to see the people that were actually drinking then.
Her face is pretty smashed up in that in her mugshot. I'm surprised they didn't clean her up a little bit more for that.
She looks like a feral child. Have you seen this mugshot?
Yes.
Doesn't she?
Like one of the feral Game of Thrones people, the woodlings.
Oh, my God. Hey, Coop, you ought to get this up in the MJ Daily Drivel section up at mjmorningshow.com. And we ought to ask the question, is this a feral child grown up? I'm serious.
You mean like lives in the woods and grew up with animals?
Raised by wolves.
Melanie Escalera, 40, from Port St. Lucie. She was supposed to be the designated driver during a night out, and she became so blasted off her butt drunk, she smashed into 3 parked cars. That's even before she got out of the parking lot.
I'll pick you up. I'll be right there.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine this designated driver?
I think I hit something.
That's what.
This is a weird song.
Like, Melanie Escalera, 40, had a blood alcohol content twice the legal limit. So, 0.08, she had at least a 0.16 when she was tested by the cops after she smashed into all these cars just before 1 o'clock. This was last week. When officers arrived at the scene, the engine compartment of her 2010 sedan was on fire.
Oh, my
Our car.
God.
She hit so many cars. She did, engine damage. She must have caused something to leak, and her car was on fire.
What are you talking about, officer? I don't even see a scratch anywhere. I don't see anything.
Oh, here's the picture of a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, let me see what kind.
Yeah.
Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell whiskey.
Is that on your shelf, MJ?
I don't have Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell.
Yeah.
The Kid Rock drinks
Remember,
that.
I shot a video last week of Gatsby in front of all these liquor bottles because Gatsby, our 3-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, on, was it the 13th or the 5th? When was it?
Sometime last week.
I think it was the 13th, Wednesday, Thursday. So Gatsby turned 3, and if you take the old adage of every year for a dog is 7 dog years, if you take 3 times 7, that's 21. So we decided to celebrate Gatsby's 21st birthday and gave him some whiskey.
I heard also.
He had the. I lined all my quality whiskeys up, like some Stag Junior, some George T. Stag, some Angel's Envy finished rye, some of the High West product, some Johnny Walker Blue Label, some of the Michter's 10-year bourbon and rye, and Cavalon, a great Taiwanese whiskey. And I let Gatsby pick what he wanted.
Well, if you wanted to add Rebel Yell to your collection, it's an extremely approachable bourbon.
And what is the price point of this?
$18 a bottle.
Oh,
right.
well, Gatsby would turn his nose up at that. He would knock
MJ.
that right off the table.
Is it true he went out to a dog strip club and got a lap dance from a Great Dane after this?
That's the way to go, bro.
Did you see the front end of this woman's car? Hey, Coop, we got to get this story. You got to find. There are multiple sources on this thing from last week. The back of her car is trashed.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that her car or is that like a car she smashed into?
This is the car off to the side. The one with the more severe damage is her car.
Okay.
How's she okay?
Listen, her rear end is completely trashed and gone.
And her car is awful.
Yeah.
I get it.
And her front end, the front end of her car, it looks like she ran into a bridge abutment at 70 miles an hour. Unbelievable. All right, hold on to that thought because I want to finish up with the morons in the news next. She allegedly told officers that she had just left the bar. She was supposed to be the designated driver, and inside they found the bottle of whiskey in the front seat. She was arrested on suspicion of drunk driving. She blew a .16 apparently. In a separate incident also in Port St. Lucie, that's another story.
Her mugshot is incredible.
Oh, it is.
Just left the bar.
Is that an injury or is that just like a big Sharpie scrape down her face?
That's blood coming down her face.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, oh, my God.